So I said I was not going to do this again, but somebody cue the music. Yeah, that's right. Here we go again. And what can you do? I said I wasn't going to talk about this Ireland nonsense again, but it's happening. Like I said, these things tend to snowball out of control beyond the realm of possibility. It just keeps going nonstop. And by the way, I'm currently live on Spreaker.com under the moniker of UFO Buster Radio. I am Manny Moonraker. This is episode number 144. And because I'm live, I see Dave in the Morning has showed up and he said, hello, Moonraker. Well, he said, what's up? Dave is cool. So he doesn't say hello. He says, what's up? What's up? You know, something like that. Anyway, Dave, welcome to the show. Listen. This is crazy. I said this would not be the fourth day in a row where I would talk about the Ireland UFO. But it's happening again. It's happening again. And we see this time and time again when there is a clear explanation as to why we see what we do, aka meteorite. People just run with it. They run with it. And I thought, after we had the meteorite conversation, that this was dead in the water. I figured we're going to wait, and I even said this last episode, we're going to wait until someone gives us a reason to talk about To the Stars Academy again, to talk about Tom DeLonge and Deuce Bigalow, the Space Gigolo. That's what I thought was going to happen, and apparently we are not done with Ireland yet. Ireland is not a dead subject. No, not by a long shot. And I want to thank someone by the name of Professor Donderi, because he dared to keep this conversation going that he did. So we know just recently Harvard, Mr. Ivy League school decided that they're going to talk about that alien probe / rock from interstellar space called Oumuamua, thanks to the Hawaiians for that name. So they had to chime in on it. So that kept that conversation going. As a matter of fact, if you look for articles today regarding that stupid rock, it's still going on today. People are still talking about Oumuamua today. And I don't even know if I'm saying the damn name right. It makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. You know what it is. It's the space probe, not space probe, alien rock. Nobody knows what it is. But the thing is, it's 4.2 far gone. They should have had this conversation when the thing was flying by. Made a decision, done something, but they did nothing. And now we're in this debate about what it was. Then we had the conversation regarding the pilots from last Friday checking out that UFO, which, by all accounts, let's be honest, we like ufology, we like aliens, we like UFOs, but really, if you look at those descriptions, the damn things it was a freaking meteorite, and it decided to break up as they normally do. But still, some people just cannot get enough of this. Enter Donderi, Professor Donderi, and I got some quotes from him, because apparently Professor Donderi has been retired for some time, but he's been studying UFOs since 1965. So listen, he is not no Johnny-come-lately. He's been doing this for a while. So, what can you do? You got to listen to the guy, right? No, not really. But he is no stranger in UFO circles. He travels through, MUFON, and he does all these different, the UFO circuit, basically, of shows, and he appears and he makes his little presentation. So there's some quotes from him that you have to hear. The first one is, there are cases going back 50 years of pilots seeing what we call nocturnal lights. According to Donderi, they provide some evidence that some of what people see in the sky and call UFOs are extraterrestrial vehicles. That was my strategic pause. It was strategic because I need you to take that in, that this professor says that some of the UFOs that you see are possibly, and let me just add another word in there because later on he's going to say it in the article, which is linked in the description for this show, they're unmanned extraterrestrial vehicles. I feel a purge coming on. These are the type of people that need to get purged from the topic of ufology. Let's be honest. According to him, what we saw over Ireland was more than likely UFOs from ET that were not manned. That they're basically up there doing their thing, checking us out, following us, using some kind of a protocol. But that no one was in it. They were just buzzing around over Ireland because they like it. The good thing about it is that, he's a smart man. He's a professor. He's a retired professor from McGill. I assume McGill is somewhere across the pond. Don't know what they teach there, but this is bananas. He says he situates himself somewhere between Neil deGrasse Tyson, and we know we love that guy a lot, who he explains his camp, the Degrassi camp, the Tyson camp, pretty much denies that there's any evidence of ET anywhere, especially any ET that tries to contact an Earthling. And then he says he's in between that camp and basically the people that see UFO proof in the second coming. Well, he just got religious on everybody, didn't he? Not sure what the second coming has to do with ET, but apparently there's some clues in what he's saying. So yeah, basically what he's saying, he thinks that these are unmanned extraterrestrial vehicles, and basically that's the way it is. He says that they're here, and sometimes these interactions between aliens and people, but this is evidence. This is evidence. The problem is that nobody knows, what do you do with it? What does it mean? Where do you go from here? Even he explains he does not know. Why even talk about it, Donderi? Why not just keep your mouth shut? Well, you can't keep a good professor down, I always say. Now, there are some things which that he says in this article, and there's quite a few things he says, but some of the things that he says actually lend to a bit of clarity in what he's saying, so he's not totally gone yet. He's not too spaced out. The first thing he says is that human beings find it easier to convince themselves there is no evidence, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and prefer to see those affirming the existence of ETs as crazy or seeking adventure or profit. Now, listen, Donderi. You sell books. Let's just put it out there. You sell books, and you go on the UFO circuit, and you speak at conventions and stuff like that. I know you are not doing any of those things as a non-profit pro bono work because you're seeking to be the next UFO Mother Teresa. I know you're not. So stop throwing people under the bus that do the same as you do. So yes, people do not want to accept the evidence because it's easier to believe that those that say they've been abducted or experiencers or have seen things, that they are completely nutty, completely batty. I get it, but don't try to throw other people under the bus just because they're selling more books than you are, Tom DeLonge. So, hey, keep it together, Donderi. Stay on the topic. There's another quote in here that shows that he had a wealth of knowledge that really isn't corrupted yet. The hard drive doesn't need to be thrown out yet. It says, if everyone realizes we're being surveilled by extraterrestrials who have better machinery than we do, we have a potential problem. Oh, really? But any sensible person will say the first step in dealing with any problem is admitting it exists. And of course, this article, again, goes into the government's little, aerial threat phenomena nonsense from 2012 that cost the taxpayer $22 million to have zero answers and a rubber dicker and go in and steal video evidence to give it to Tom DeLonge and to the Stars Academy. So basically, if you take those videos that Luis Elizondo stole, what are they worth? Like maybe $10 million a pop? You can't write this stuff. It's just bananas. So like I said, the link for this particular article is in the description, so check it out. There's more stuff in there that Donderi is saying. And of course, it'll eventually lead you to his book and all his appearances. The guy isn't completely mad. We can definitely say that. And I'm sorry that he spoke so late because he would have made an excellent addition to the 2018 Rubber Dickies. And by the way, Dave from the Dave in the Morning Show, which you can actually find on Spreaker.com. You can also find Dave in the Morning Show on iHeart. I believe he's also made it to Deezer. Dave just follows me everywhere, I guess. All jokes aside, I'm glad to see that Dave was not listed for voting in the 2018 Rubber Dickies, but other people were. So if you want to vote to participate in the 2018 Rubber Dickies, you have to go to the link that's in the description. And for those of you who are brand new to ufology or brand new to UFO Buster Radio, there are links to each person that was nominated. So if you're thinking about it, but you need some time to study, the time is now. Go in there and vote for one of these people. Because I guarantee you, the more you dig, the more reasons you're going to find to hit click and submit. And they've got a nice award coming to them. I guarantee it is going to be phenomenal, fantastic, and just plumb beautiful. Now, before I let you go, I had a bit of an epiphany today. Thanks to Donderi. Donderi, that is. I think it's important that the American people investigate what happened to the $22 million that To the Stars Academy, Elizondo, and the rest of the cronies, Tom DeLonge, and Deuce Bigalow, the Space Gigolo, pretty much shared back in 2012. Because it pretty much gave us nothing, right? We've got zero. So my question to you, the UFO public, the UFO Buster Radio listeners, do you think it would be a good idea? Would it be a fantastic idea? Would it be something worth your time to sign a petition to send to our government representatives who don't give two fucks about us, but to sign a petition to hold them accountable for finding out how these people got that money, what happened to that money, and how exactly did it benefit the taxpayers? If you are in the group of blue-collar employees of the world, well, not the world, of the U.S., because if you're not in the U.S., our government officials won't give two shits about you. But if you are the opinion as a blue-collar American worker who follows ufology and the topic that it is, do you believe that this is a good endeavor for us to undertake? And if you are, you don't have to answer right now. You're probably sitting at your desk, or you're having lunch, or you're changing the baby's diaper or something like that. I don't want you to answer now. I don't want you to scare anybody. But if you think that that's what it is, in your heart of hearts, do you believe that in 2019, we should pursue an endeavor through change.org to get some answers? We'll collect some signatures. We'll send these signatures to every rubber dicker that has a Democrat or a Republican title to it. Do you want to start some shit? That's what I'm asking. If you do, message me. You know where to find me. On Instagram, at Manny Moonraker. On Twitter, at UFO Buster Radio. The Facebook pages, Manny Moonraker and UFO Buster Radio. Because I think next year we need to start something. It's time we take ufology back. And this might be a way to do it. Get that conversation going. Find out where that money went. What did they do with it? Do they have evidence or do they not? Did they spend it all on hookers? Because there's a lot of hookers out there in Las Vegas. And I'm pretty sure Deuce Bigelow, the space gigolo, has plenty of hookers on his tab. Maybe $22 million worth. But we need to know where our tax money went. So message me. Through social media, you can DM me. And by the way, for those of you who are not familiar with the term DM, it's a direct message. Send me a direct message and let me know, do you think we should tackle this? This is Manny Moonraker. I am your hostess with the mostest of UFO Buster Radio. This has been UFO Report number 144, I think. I'm not even sure. Been talking so long, I even forgot. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. I'm trying to make this a 5-parter week. I'm pretty sure there'll be more shit about Ireland, but I don't think I'll be talking about it because I'm all tapped out, people. I'm all tapped out. And for Dave, you probably already stopped listening because I said a couple of cuss words, but this one's for you. Ciao, people.